Hey Gators, welcome back to Sittin with Simmons. Again, I'm Bob Simmons, your head men's basketball coach, and joining me today is Erin O'Day-Frye. Erin, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to join you.
Great, great. So before we get started, let me talk about the sponsor of today. Gators, today's sponsor of the show is the Allegheny College Learning Commons. Why? Because Erin O'Day-Frye runs the Learning Commons. And some of you have heard me say this, and I truly believe it, that Erin O'Day-Frye is the best hire that we have made in the 6 years that I've been here. She's a rock star, what she does for our students and our student athletes. So today's sponsor is the Learning Commons. So Erin, let's jump right in. Since we have the sponsor of the day because of where you work, tell us what you do in the Learning Commons.
So I'm the director of the Learning Commons. I direct a small staff to help students transition from high school academics to college academics. We provide academic resources, advising, just a whole host of things that help students be successful academically.
Erin, why did you come to work at Allegheny College? What attracted you to come to Allegheny College and then be in this position?
Okay. So I actually started at Allegheny College. This is probably my 12th year. I think I'm in the middle of my 12th year, ending my 11th or starting my 12th, somewhere around there. More than a decade ago, I came to Allegheny to work in civic engagement. I was actually hired to coordinate a project of AmeriCorps Vista members that the college had at the time and still continues to have. They place recent graduates in nonprofit jobs in Crawford County and Erie County. And I came to the college because of my work in nonprofits and my work with young people prior to coming to Allegheny. And that's where I kind of got my start at Allegheny. And I worked in that position for about 8 years. And then I transitioned to this particular position. The director of Learning Commons became available and I applied for it and was hired for it. And what kind of attracted me to this particular position was that it was kind of similar to some of the work that I was doing before I came to Allegheny. So back many years ago, I was a school-based mental health counselor, but really in that role, I was helping students who weren't being successful academically for whatever reason in grades 7 through 12 to be successful. And a lot of that was, some mental health issues and challenges. But a lot of it was just, kind of academics and just working with students to understand where their challenges lie and then help them and figure that out. I worked with pregnant and parenting teens in that role. I worked with alternative education students. And so this particular position kind of got me back to working with undergraduate students in ways to be successful academically. So I applied for it and was offered the position and have really enjoyed it since. And one of the things that also attracted me to this particular position was working with athletes. It wasn't necessarily something that I had been working with before, but it's definitely something that is, something I find really important. I'm an athlete. I have a lot of family members who are athletes I was not a college athlete, but my husband was, my brothers were, my nieces and nephews, my son. So I understand some of the challenges that athletes experience, and I also understand that the disconnect between sometimes between academics and the athletics, and helping both of those worlds to understand each other to create an environment where athletes can be both students and athletes and be successful in both.
A couple of things to pull out of there, and that was great. Thank you for that. You say that you come from an athletic family. So I know you're into lifting. We talked about that. And your husband, John, is the athletic director at Meadville Area High School. So in a lifting contest, who lifts more, you or him?
He will definitely lift more than me. Will I be more technically correct? Yes. He will get the weight up, but I will do it technically correctly.
I'd have put my money on you. If we were allowed to bet, and we can't bet as NCAA coaches, but if I was a betting man, I would have bet on you. I love John, but my money was on you. So you talked about working with student athletes, and that was an attraction for you to the position. And again, you're a parent, I'm a parent, right? And we love our kids, right? We love our kids. We love all our kids, right? But there are those days where, you do have a favorite here or there. So we obviously know men's basketball is your favorite to work with. And we obviously know I'm your favorite coach to work with. But out of our men's basketball family, who's your favorite?
You're asking me to pick a favorite player?
I'm asking you to pick a favorite player.
Oh my God.
We know the answer. We all know the answer. We just want it out there.
Do we know the answer?
We know the answer.
Oh my gosh, you're putting me on the spot. I have lots of favorites for lots of different reasons. But I think probably, I don't want to say it out loud because that is going to make other people feel bad.
We know you love them all, but there are those special ones. Who's that special one from our family?
Well, my so, they're all kind of in their own special way. Some of my favorites. I can't believe you made me put it out there like that.
No layups here. We have a no layup policy, no layups. So Erin, you're in Meadville several years. You're looking for somewhere to go eat, right? After a game, you're looking to go get something to eat. Where are you going? Where are we telling people to go? A lot of great spots in town. You're not going to go hungry in Meadville, but where's your spot? Where's your go-to?
Probably if I want to get away from, things and find that little secret spot's probably Hunter's out on Route 27. Not a lot of people know about that unless you're a local. So definitely would go there. If you like a good microbrew, I like to go to Voodoo. I don't like to go to the downtown, but I like to go to the compound. It has less people go there. You're starting to see my theme. I like to Creekside down in Cochranton is another one. I don't know if y'all have been there, but I'll like to head down there. But yeah, you're not going to go hungry around here for sure. You're not going to go thirsty either. I like to head up to Roth's every now and then, have a pizza and a drink. And there's a place out in Sagertown that we like to go called Hitchie's. We'll hit that a little bit. So it's usually the smaller stomping grounds that people don't know about is where my husband and I will head because, he's an athletic director. I work at Allegheny. We know a lot of people. So we like to have a dinner and he doesn't have to, be on. We like to hit those small places.
So as you see Gators in Erin's spare time, she's a food critic, a restaurant critic. And so I think we just hit about 60% of the restaurants in the area. So, Erin, we might start a new career. We might start you a new career, this restaurant critic. We might be onto something here. This could be groundbreaking, breaking news on Sittin with Simmons. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to eat. No, if anyone wants to, me to join them after a game, I'm happy to go eat and drink.
So we're talking about games, and you attend a lot of Allegheny athletic events, and you attend a lot of our basketball games. What's from this past season? What one moment that really stood out to you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a particular moment, but there's some things that I love, and this is probably going to surprise you, Coach. But one thing that maybe the students, people watching, parents don't know is that we have some old timers in Meadville. I like to call them the old timers. And they go to all the athletic events. They go to Meadville High School events. They go to county events at the high school level. And they also go to Allegheny events. And I've known some of these guys my whole life. And I like to sit with them and hear their goings on about the games. So Charlie Anderson, Dick Burkhart. I like to, if you see me at a game, you'll usually see me with the old timers sitting there and listening to their chatter about things. And they like to tell me a lot about the different players, and they like to tell me about you a little bit, Coach. And I like to sit and listen to them. I think way back when I was a real little kid, playing, like, even before, I think, little league, like early little league. Charlie Anderson was one of my coaches. His daughter's about my age, and she's just a little bit older. I think it's his younger daughter's a little bit older than I am, and we played ball together. And so he was one of my coaches way back in the day. So I for sure like to sit and hear their commentary on all things athletic. You go to Meadville High School game, I'll sit with Dick Burkhart and Charlie Anderson just to hear what they have to say. Some year I'll be an old timer.
Those are my guys, and I love seeing them at the game. I know where they sit. They sit up top, and then I know where to go the day after to get the scouting report. They meet for coffee at Arby's of all places, and I'm invited there. And I think what you hear, I hear after the game. So I tell people all the time, I have Coach Bean and Coach Zool and Coach Price as my assistants, but they don't realize how many other assistants I got.
That's right.
So I love them to death. Those are my guys. And they're just great people. And I think we have a lot of great people in Meadville, and those guys are tremendous and have been great friends since the day I got here, to me and my family. So that is true. I notice when I walk out and I scan the crowd real quick, I do notice you sitting up there, so now I know what's going on. Okay. Now I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing we don't want to do is pull my wife up there, because we don't need all that going on up there.
Not all that. No.
We don't need all that. I don't need that in my life. Erin, what is one thing you would say to a prospective student, Allegheny student looking at Allegheny? What's one thing you would say to a prospective?
I think you have to find your place. Allegheny has to be your place. You have to feel comfortable there. You have to see the coaches and teammates as people that you want to spend time with. You have to see people like me as people that you would want to get advisement from. So it has to feel like your place, because you're here and you're invested in it. So it definitely has to feel like your place. And as parents dropping kids off, you have to feel like these are the people that you would want around your child, and that they're going to take care. When you drive away, they're going to be there to take care of your child. I'm going to, you see, it was hard for me to choose a favorite player because I love them all. And, like a parent, sometimes I'm kind and generous, and sometimes I'm kind of tough on them. So you have to feel like this is the place that these people have had your kid, and as a student, this is your place to be, and these are your people.
That's great. And you do, in all seriousness, thank you for what you do for our guys. They love you. You're part of us. You're part of our family. They appreciate you, respect you, and they know how much you do for them. And I want to have this opportunity to say thank you for what you do for us. You made my life very easy since coming here. I could pick up the phone anytime and call Erin, and she's going to answer. And recently, to prove that, she was in Montana with her daughter, and picked up the phone on a call from me, and spent about 35 minutes on the phone with me. So she is there for our student athletes. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gators, as always, it's been a pleasure. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay masked up, and always refuse to lose.